I guess the main thing with my brand that I want people to take away or inspire people with is that weird can be good. Feeling anxious or feeling fearful or any intrusive thoughts we have, we can turn them into something beautiful and productive. Hi, I'm Jane Malone, and I'm the owner and founder of Cursed Drawings.
What I loved about Jane right away was the fact that she is truly herself. She is transparent about her struggles that she goes through. I think authenticity is of the utmost importance, and she really shows that through her art that she sells.
I've always been different from everyone and different from my peers and had trouble relating to them. At quarantine, I was seeing videos of autism in girls, and I called my psychiatrist up. I mentioned it to him, and I was like, do you think this is a possibility? Like, do you see autistic traits in me? And he was like, yep, I really think that that's probably true. So I went and got the proper diagnosis, and I was. I'm really proud to be autistic, and it's a really big part of my life. My interests are so deep, and I'm so passionate about the things I love because of that. And I want to show everyone that even though you're neurodivergent or autistic or whatever you have, you should be able to be open about that and still be respected as a business person and still be able to do everything else that anyone else is doing. I might just have to do it in a slightly different way than the normal. The Cursed Guys originated from me feeling anxious. I have derealization, which feels like everything's in portrait mode. And it basically feels like you're living in a dream, or you feel like you're in a dream all the time. I always had a really hard time going to school with my anxiety. Whenever I'd have a really bad derealization episode, I would draw these guys, and then at the end of it, when I'd feel better, I'd look back at everything I wrote, and it helped me cope with how I was feeling, and they helped me feel less alone.
I think it's awesome that Jane is neurodivergent and she is doing her thing, and she's created a business, sharing with other people and showing people that it doesn't matter if you have something that's different from the norm. You can still do it. You can still create a business. You can still create a community.
So all my life, I've wanted to be a fashion designer. It's always been my dream. But in the back of my mind, I did not want to go to school. I've always had trouble. I started making clothes in my senior year of high school, inspired by my art, just as a way to make some cash on the side. College rolled around, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, do I really want to go to school? I'm really having so much fun making my clothes. So I told my parents, I was like, I'm taking a gap year, and I'm gonna try and sell my clothes. I'm gonna work really hard on it. And if it's not going well in a year, I will go to school. So I kind of started from there, and it's been going well, so here we are, and I love it.
I think the last couple of years and the challenges that it's created for everyone has made us realize that we don't have to go the traditional route to care for ourselves and our families. We can create our own business. We can start a website. We can start to sell things online and promote it on social media. And that is exactly what Jane's doing. I think it's amazing, and she's an inspiration for all kinds of people to do the same thing.
I've always done visual art, but I never really felt like a real artist. I thought real artists have stories with their art, or real art means something or has a deeper meaning. But when I started drawing my Cursed Guys, I finally found the deeper meaning of my art, and it was something that inspired me and helped me with my mental health, and I finally felt like a real artist. GoDaddy was a huge help in building my website. I was a senior in high school, and it was in COVID, and I didn't have any idea how to get help for a website or how to get someone to build a website for me, let alone have the funds to hire someone to make a website for me. And I was like, what do I do? I was looking at the services, and I saw the website builder, and I was like, this is perfect. And I was able to make my website on my own, which was a good feeling. I like to do things on my own when I can, because that's how I learn and get better.
Sustainability has become so important for so many of us. Jane has targeted that by taking things that she may have messed up on and turning around and still using them and selling them.
To limit waste, I don't have a factory. I like to do everything myself, and that's manageable right now with the quantity I'm at. But that's really important to me, is just to limit my waste and limit my pollution and just do everything myself and do everything as sustainable as I can. But I've messed up a lot of shirts, a lot of totes, a lot of things. And I was able to reduce my waste by selling those to a discounted price. And, a lot of people were really excited about that. I love a good deal. I think a lot of people see success as having a huge house with all these possessions and being rich and famous. And, and that's great and all. That would be nice. But for me, and how I will see and do see my brand as a success, is making a sustainable living for myself, doing what I love. It's impossible to fail when you're doing what you love.